Welcome to HealthPop, your look at top health stories. Today, facial scars and job hunting, the worst year ever for Lyme disease, and if you don't want to get fat, get off your chair. First up, looking for work? See a dermatologist. Researchers at Rice University and the University of Houston conducted studies of how people with facial blemishes, birthmarks, or distinctive scars fared in job interviews. Unfortunately for these job seekers, the news wasn't good. The team used eye-tracking technology to record how much time an interviewer spent looking at the candidate's blemish. Turns out that interviewers couldn't look away, and thus remembered less of the interview content, 27% less on average. As a result, these job candidates scored 10% lower in their evaluations than candidates with clear skin, which might explain why Mickey Rourke was out of work for so long. Next up, some news that's really going to tick you off. The New York Times reports that 2012 is on course to be the worst year ever for Lyme disease risk if you live in the Northeast. The reason for the increased risk? Acorns. I know, it's totally nuts. But this year, oak trees are producing record low numbers of acorns. This means less food for field mice and therefore a reduction in their numbers. And since field mice act as hosts for legions of ticks, some infected with Lyme disease, they'll need to find new hosts. And that's where we come in. Humans make great hosts, especially of health-related web shows. The good news in all of this is that there's nothing unusual about large fluctuations in the number of acorns, so we are not forever doomed. The bad news is, I'm out of tick-related puns. Finally, something you probably didn't need a scientific study to tell you. Sitting around a lot gives you a big butt. How did scientists come to this remarkable discovery? An Israeli researcher spread a layer of fat cells on a piece of elastic and stretched it to mimic the pressure placed on your backside when you sit. After 4 weeks, the fat levels in these cells were 50% higher than it was in cells that were not stretched. The conclusion? Fat cells produce more fat more quickly when you sit for long periods of time. The researcher's advice for all of you sitting down watching this? Get up and go for a walk. Sir Mix-a-Lot's advice? Stay right where you are. I like big butts and I can. That's your Health Pop. I'm Nick Dietz, CBSNews.com. Walks in with a itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get wrong. Wanna pull up front cause you notice that butt was stuck.